Hi guys, Elena is here and I'm once again surrounded by a bunch of Hoyas on my table. That's because I have 9 Hoyas that finally graduated to a larger pot yesterday, and I put them down here and I figured before I start looking for a place to put them, because honestly I don't know where they're gonna go, I would share them with you first. So I have 9 Hoyas to show you, so let's start with Hoya number 1. And the Hoya number 1 is Hoya species UT039, Flores Island. You guys, she's gotten big. She's gotten really big. So this Hoya got a new home. I put her in a 4-inch orchid pot and just a cashbow pot right here. This Hoya lived in my grow cabinet for quite some time, and it took a while for her to start. She's been through a lot. She's been through flat mites, but she's finally growing and doing very well. Foliage on this Hoya is very shiny, glossy, dark green color, very pretty. You can see a veining on the leaves, and the leaves on this Hoya are pretty soft. I would probably consider this Hoya to be a thinner leaf Hoya. She has not bloomed for me yet, and I don't really see any peduncles, but there is going to be a lot of new leaves coming up, so she's gonna get pretty full pretty soon. Beautiful Hoya, and I'm happy that she's finally got a new home and she's finally growing for me. Next Hoya I have right here is Hoya Sulawesi AP 1043. And I have showed you this Hoya before. I have this Hoya for a little bit over the year. You guys have seen me unboxing this Hoya. You guys have seen a short with the blooms. She did bloom for me twice so far. It's very cute blooms. They're pink and yellow, and she grew quite a bit. She also had flat mites. I had to treat her, but she is doing very well, and she finally graduated to a trellis and the new pot. And I have decided to try to grow some Hoyas in terracotta pots. Why not, right? I feel like the root system might breathe a lot better in these, although I do find they grow fine in plastic pots, but I do want to try something new, and that's what I decided to do. So this girl got big pretty fast. I like this Hoya. It's very cute. The leaves are very simple, nothing really special about them. They are pretty firm, but it's definitely not a very thick leaf Hoya. And I love how full she's getting with the leaves. And she has bloomed for me twice so far, which is pretty amazing. She bloomed on this peduncle right here. I hope you guys can see it. It's right over here. And I do have one more peduncle right here, you guys. I hope you guys can see it. She tried to bloom on it and it blasted, but I think peduncle is just way too young and small compared to this peduncle right here. But this Hoya is very easy, very cute. I love the small foliage on it. And once it was treated for flat mites, it's actually pretty fast grower, you guys. Next Hoya I have here, you guys. And this is my wonky but cute Carry Eye. That's what I call her because the seller, when I got her, that's what she wrote on a tag, and I really liked it and I just kept it that way. And this Hoya is very adorable. I really like her. She is not typical Carry Eye because foliage on this Hoya is very tiny. So I don't really know what type of Carry Eye this is, but I really like her. I bought her so long ago, you guys. I think it was one of my first few videos when I did unboxing, and I was very excited to have her. I believe she was a gift, and she sat there for quite some time. I actually had to reroot her twice, but she's finally growing, you guys. She grew quite a bit. Vine right here is reaching the top of this probably 2-foot trellis right here. And I also put her in terracotta because Carry Eyes do like to dry out. So I can't wait to see more leaves on this Hoya. I really like this little girl. Next Hoya I have right here is a Hoya pubicalis jungle garden. I got this Hoya quite some time ago. I want to say she's actually, it says right here August 2021, so almost 2 years ago. And this was a Hoya that I haven't even heard about until I got it. I did not purchase this Hoya. That was gifted to me when I was purchasing other Hoyas. And I do like her quite a bit actually, because although it is pubicalis, but it looks very different from typical pubicalis. I like the shape of the leaf. It does have a teeny tiny little bit of splash, and she's finally growing me a vine. She reached the top of the trellis, and hopefully now that I trellised her, because she was just kind of sitting in the cup for such a long time waiting to be repotted. So she's been growing a vine, but haven't started working on the leaves, I think because she really needs that support to start growing them. Also in terracotta pot, and I just kind of want to see how they're gonna do in terracotta. Next Hoya I have right here is Hoya Patricia. Very pretty Hoya. I do have her since May 2021, so it's been 2 years. And this Hoya did struggle for a while for me because, you know, flat mites. But since they're all been treated, they finally growing, they're doing well. And I'm starting to get very pretty leaves on this Hoya. They are very dark. I would say it's more of the thinner leaf Hoya, but I love how dark foliage is. And I love that it's finally getting pretty healthy for me, because I can show you original leaves. I mean, they are not very pretty. This Hoya definitely struggled with flat mites, and she made it through, you guys. She made it through, and now she's grown quite a bit. You could see she reached the top of the trellis, and there is actually teeny tiny, I don't even know if you guys gonna be able to see it, but there is a teeny tiny little peduncle. So we'll see if it blooms for me this year. It might blast just because the plant is still very, very young, and first time bloomers, sometimes they don't really make it. So another Hoya made it to a larger pot. Next Hoya I have right here, you guys. This Hoya actually does have a space, and other ones, I don't even know where I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna have to figure it out, but this Hoya is actually have a place to go to, and it's not gonna be in my home. I propagated this Hoya for one of my clients because when I was showing her my plants, she for some reason was obsessed with my Hoya pubicalis pink silver. So I took 3 cuttings from my plant and I rooted for her, and I put it in this tiny little pot so I can share with her. And I gotta tell you, since I've made repotting and retrellising video on my pubicalis, that girl is not moving. It was so hard to even untie one vine to take some cuttings, so I don't know if I'll ever do it again. That was kind of difficult, but I managed to get 3 cuttings for her, and it's very, very pretty. And that pubicalis, if you guys have seen my videos, some leaves get very, very splashy on this plant, but I think she'll be happy to start with a plant this size. So Tracy, if you're watching this video, this girl is for you. So next Hoya I have here is Hoya Mayo River EPC 935. And I really like this Hoya, you guys. It is absolutely beautiful. This splash is not a sulfur splash. This is actual splash on the plant. And some leaves are a little bit more splashy. I really like this Hoya. I got this Hoya in August of 2021, so she is almost 2 years old. And just now she finally made it to a little bit larger pot here. And I also decided to try her in terracotta. I don't know, just a new experiment. But this Hoya struggled quite a bit. It had flat mites, and as you could tell, some foliage is not so perfect on her. I had to restart her, I want to say 2 or 3 times, and she's finally made it through and growing some beautiful leaves, you guys. And there is a new growth there. And there is a new growth over here. So I'm very excited because I really like this plant from the beginning, and I was so scared that I'm gonna lose it, but she made it, you guys. I'm so happy, and she is going to be okay. The foliage on this Hoya is kind of splashy, but it depends on the light. It was sitting in my grow cabinet for a while, and I feel like it's getting less splash because it just exposed to too much light. So I might move her somewhere with less light. Hopefully she'll give me a little bit more splash. But this is a medium thickness leaf. It's pretty firm, but it's bendable, so not like some Hoyas that are very, very tough. Beautiful Hoya. Once the treatment was over and she started finally growing for me, it is pretty easy Hoya. And I really hope it's going to be a smooth sailing from now on. Next Hoya right here. You guys actually been asking for an update on this Hoya. So here it is. So this is my Hoya Silver Dollar. You guys remember her in one of my unboxing videos because my best plant friend sent it to me as a gift back in November of 2022. And here's how much she grew so far. If you remember, she only had one leaf before, and we only have one more that grew for me. But she grew this very long vine, you guys. Again, 2-foot trellis right here. It's pretty long, and she is working on more foliage. I'm glad I finally trellised her because she was growing in my grow cabinet on a top shelf, and that shelf is not very tall, so she started growing into the lights. So she definitely needed to come out, go in a bigger pot and be trellised so she can finally grow some foliage. And you can see right here she's growing some. Right here there's more leaves, and there is more nodes over there, so she'll fill up pretty quickly, I have a feeling. So, but she's doing pretty good. Found it to be very easy Hoya to grow, and the foliage on this girl is very, very pretty. It's not sun stressed, but it's still very, very pretty. It's pretty firm foliage. So I like this plant. I can't wait for her to fill up this trellis with beautiful leaves. And the last Hoya I have to show you guys, I got her in October of 2022, and you guys have seen unboxing of this Hoya. And this is Hoya Nicholsoniae, New Guinea Ghost, and it gotten big. If you guys remember, I got this Hoya as a pretty long vine. I mean, I don't remember how many nodes it was. I want to say 6 or 7 nodes, so it was pretty long vine. And what I did, I chopped that vine to pieces, and I rooted a bunch of cuttings all together, and I put them up in one pot because I think I want to grow this Hoya trellising down. And I love how full this pot looks. It's doing very good. It's very fast grower, you guys, but this Hoya is very thirsty. So I kind of gave her plastic pot and a little bit larger pot. This is 6-inch pot, but keep in mind there's a lot of cuttings in there. And my mix is very, very chunky, airy mix here, just because the 6-inch pot might be a little big, but like I mentioned before, this Hoya is very, very thirsty. I mean, I would water my Hoyas once a week, and she would always, by the end of the week, be all wrinkled and thirsty. So I figured a little bit bigger pot would not hurt. And I think I'm gonna keep her in this pot for quite a few years, you guys. This Hoya, you guys, is absolutely gorgeous. The foliage is absolutely beautiful. And I love the back of the foliage on this Hoya. It is very, very pretty. It's have a little bit of modeling on it. Very fast grower, very easy grower also. The only thing, this Hoya is quite thirsty. Other than that, guys, absolutely beautiful. Definitely must have in any collection, you guys. So that's all I got to show you today, you guys. 9 Hoyas. That's quite a lot that I finally repot. And there is actually more, a lot more, you guys. that I repotted, you guys, but they are in my grow tent. So at some point I will just make a video and take you guys down there, and I will show you all the Hoyas in my grow tent that got repotted and graduated to larger pots. As of right now, I'm gonna go and look around and find a spot for these Hoyas. One thing, you guys, we don't realize when we buy them at first, because they come so tiny and you think, oh, I can have hundreds of Hoyas in my home, no problem. And then they start growing, you guys, and all of a sudden 2-ounce cup is a 6-inch pot, and at least 2-foot trellis on each Hoya. So I don't know. I'm kind of running low on space, but I love them. So definitely keep in mind that they will grow and they will get really, really big. And let me know which one is your favorite, you guys, out of all of this 9 Hoyas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, share with your plant friends, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.